What's up, guys? Excalibur here. Just gonna do a quick, for like 15 to 30 minute charting session, just going over what I see for this upcoming week and possibly what could happen. Um, so I'm biased bearish. We may see a little tiny pop going into the FOMC minutes. They're the minutes, so they're just the notes from the previous meeting. There shouldn't be any rate change unless there's an unexpected one. And if there is an unexpected one, we should see the market drop. But going into it, I can see a little pop and then just a collapse Thursday, Friday, and also we have Monday, the Monday the 30th, we're closed, so we have a long weekend. So I don't see, and then Tuesday is the last day of the month, so I definitely don't see a lot of people starting new positions going in towards end of the next week and the beginning of the following week. So, but this is what I'm seeing. I'm starting to put last week's VPOC, which is volume putting control, and most people who have, if you pay for trading view, you can go to volume profile. I like to use the PVVP, this one. It's the newest one because you could go back. See, and then this is, I have an email actually out to trading view for this one because it's different. I don't know why it keeps changing the point and control, but you can base it on week, day, and whatnot. And if I, for some odd reason, this volume point of control just keeps changing every time you see, there it is. That's on the 15-minute, but for some odd reason, the 1 hour, there's, it's back to normal. Not sure. And then the 2 hour, it's up here. So not sure what's happening with that one. It's based on volume. Volume should be the same no matter what, based on the week. But I have that volume point and control, which if you turn on, on the weekly, you could have, shows you some nice trends. Like this week we weren't able to get up to this control, so definitely a bad week. You can tell this is kind of a nice resistance, but then eventually we broke above and then broke below. On a lot of stocks, there's some good reversal points like AMD. I could bring it up to the monthly. I think that monthly is that high right there. No, it's not. There was one that like almost played out perfectly. But yeah, right there, Apple. So Apple almost hit that volume point control, which is the previous month's highest traded price. And then you can tell it's been dropping ever since. But let's just go over, do some charting and see how this week's goes. We had a nice bounce going to Thursday. Don't expect much from it. Higher time frame. It was a nice doji. We do have a daily demand here. I kind of like the 2-day. I went with a 2-day on here, but this one is the daily. We can do template 24-hour, and then I'll put daily. I just don't like to have boxes on top of boxes on top of boxes. I kind of like to keep my chart clean. But my 2-day here, we're right here. So if we do bounce up, the highest time, that 2-day up here is going to be pretty strong. We also have the area where we rejected, kind of Friday morning. Kind of have this kind of little, wrong one. We have the uptrend. We could possibly come back up, bounce off that uptrend again, and continue down. So we have, 39.39, and then, I'd love to see us hit this hour right here, and then you can tell our daily demand hits. Our daily demand is actually probably 4,000. So if we do have a retest on 4,000, that'd be awesome because I would love to go probably a couple weeks out on puts. But as of right now, we have, possibly kind of reject here, looking at that, or if we do continue down, we could, bounce where we kind of bounce. I'm going to erase this one. Oh wait, I didn't want to erase that yellow one. That yellow's pretty. That's the pivot. That's the pivot. We do have this 2 hour right here, or we could kind of go kind of a lower time frame where we have this steady drop base and then this little rally right here. We could possibly come down to 38, 37 and bounce. Um, just got to see how strong these buyers were to actually hold the price up. So we're kind of in no man's land. We could go up, continue down, or down, and possibly see a slight bounce up and then continue down. Definitely just going to play it day by day. But those are that in NQ. That's ES NQ. You know, the 3 hour was where we were, or actually the 1 hour. Yeah, the 1 hour candle was where we had a few rejections. So this is getting a little weaker and weaker. We also have where we rebounded on Friday. So we're looking for that last hour candle push up. So, you know, either way we could go on this one. To the upside, let's see our 2 day, you know, our 2 days at 12,409. And then the next 2 days is a huge, you know, a huge green. This is why I like kind of looking at 2 days. You know, we have this drop, we based here, and then we, you know, this candle came up into this supply right here and then continued to fall. So that was a nice play out on a 2 day. You know, you always got to use multiple time frames on this. So NQ kind of in no man's land, could go either way. You know, we've been rejecting this area, but you know, the more times we reject it, there's either going to be a super, super strong seller there, or it's just getting weaker and weaker. But that's how we have on there. Looking at VIX, we're kind of in this triangle taking shape. Gonna erase some of these older ones. We have this 4 hour. I like to do 4 hour on VIX. So we have this 4 hour, you know, supply we hit possibly with if you know things do go as planned, as we have a little rally going into Powell and then a drop, we can see VIX come down to here and then possibly up here or even higher. You know, but I expect VIX to go up. We had a huge sell-off last week and VIX did barely, you know, really didn't get that high. We were way higher over here and way higher over here. You know, VIX is kind of being dropped, but we did have the monthly expiration on VIX on Wednesday, so that could play a factor. So that's the plan on VIX. You know, I would love for it to come down here and possibly pop up. Apple, I have 1 day candle, not bad. We had a nice push down, but a nice push back up. Not really looking into Apple much. Kind of erase some of these. Only on the higher time frame, so I'm just gonna go to the weekly. See how that looks. Weekly, 3 day, and then we have a 2 day right here. So possibly a nice rejection on that 2 day at 145. I don't like this one because we actually broke through that price. So not looking too much into Apple. There's really not steady price action on there. AMD, we have our daily up at 109, which we had a nice sell off to 94 before we had a, you know, the first candle, or you know, I really like this 3 day right here at 119. AMD is one of the few stocks that are, I think, green on the month. Up almost 10% on the month. So AMD is showing a little strength compared to the market, but you can tell we're, you know, if the market does rebound, AMD should lead the way. So we're kind of like a lot of stocks are kind of in no man's land. We had a nice bounce Friday off this 2-day, kind of towards the end of the day. And we're closing right at the last week's volume porting control. So we could definitely go either way. Let's see where I don't really like anything to the upside smaller time frame. We had this, but it's already been tested right here. So we could keep that kind of in mind, but I'm really looking for that 110. Facebook. Let's go to the weekly. Weekly we have up here, but this one has been tested at 222. You can tell, how the weekly we have a rally base drop, and then look, we came back and touched. Why is that one? That dock should not be over here. Then we had a drop. That could have been a nice short on Facebook. 3-day. The 3-day we have a rally base drop, and that's our 3-day tested there. And look, we had that drop here. So Facebooks are kind of already hit all our supplies. Possibly the only thing I'm kind of looking at is here. Kind of want to stick to the higher time frames and kind of get a little bigger wins. I feel like I'm getting like 10, 20% wins, just like the intraday wins. I'm kind of looking for a little bigger ones, but let's see what we have on the downside. And this is where we bounced Friday. So, but it's already been tested. If we do happen to go low, I'm definitely watching that. It's a red candle there. Watching this last red candle before that huge gap up on earnings. So, once if it does want to come down to 176, man, I'll definitely looking to go long. Microsoft, I think I was doing my fibs on this one, so I could live chart this one. We have, start with our higher time frame. We do have a nice base drop right here on the monthly. So I mean, 296. If Microsoft ever gets up to that, on the monthly we did have a nice bounce from the monthly below. Weekly, definitely that seems like a nice supply. We have that. Look at those huge upper wicks. And then I have a lower time frame, 4-hour right here, where we had a strong gap down. Microsoft definitely weaker than most. NVIDIA, I love NVIDIA. Here's our monthly. So we're between 242 and 138. We do have earnings this week, so we do have a nice run up to earnings. I'll definitely look to short semis after earnings, just based on previous performances with semiconductors after earnings. So we actually did have a nice bounce off that 2-hour bounce here. So definitely missed a lot Friday. Just to end trading early. Definitely missed a lot with that huge bounce up. But we are looking at possibly if we do get down here, Monday's all going to depend on which direction we go and which if these buyers were definitely stronger, or if it was just like a little squeeze end of day just because we sold off. And you can tell that open would have been a perfect put. I'm so sad I missed this one. These are lower time frame though to the upside. Higher time frame to the upside, we have right there. That's the only time there and here. Definitely if it gets up to 200, I'm definitely looking to short it, but we'll see. Um, Amazon. Amazon's back in this resistance. That yellow line is just a resistance where resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. We broke through and we actually tested as support. Really nice. Higher time frame. Nothing weekly. 3-day nothing. We have a 2-day supply here with a nice huge drop. So if we're able to make that higher low here and continue up, love to see that 2448 that continue down. To the downside, we have that daily right here. Not the best demand here though. Yeah, not the best demand. Other stocks, not really looking into other stocks. We could do Tesla. Tesla had a nice bounce off of this kind of consolidation. It consolidated for a while here and then had like a parabolic move here. Love that word. But nice move up here. I'm kind of bouncing there. I know a lot of people took it off that 700 break was a key support here. So definitely watching if we want to test that 700 and continue down. Former support more times than not becomes resistance. So definitely watching that. I'm gonna erase some of these. I don't like these. That's my daily. If we do get up that 903, I am shorting it like crazy. 3-day, 2-day, daily, 4-hour. Let me just kind of have this drop, nice base, and then a drop. So these kind of 4 hours, we could see. So if we do get back up to that 700, that's probably going to be a key, that 700 area, to see it continue down. Square. Um, let's go higher time frame on Square. It's the monthly, not well. Monthly could be nice here. 126 weekly. Weekly would be 120. Not the best though. I don't really like these. Kind of like that 120 area. You can tell we have that 2-day here at about 100. So if we do possibly come back up to 100, we do have a there's a drop. We based and then we dropped again. We dropped 40%. So possibly when we get back up here to 98, we could possibly see a bounce back to the downside. Intraday this intraday this price is crazy. I really don't like anything to the downside intraday. Twitter, most of this is probably going to be news driven, but we are down to that monthly, weekly. We could see down to 33.51, 3-day, 2-day, daily. Yeah, nothing really special about Twitter. We just have those gap ups, but a lot of things are going to be news driven. BA filled that gap. BA just has this big pivot. 113, and on 113 we're heading down to 100. If BA gets to 100, I'm probably gonna be loading up on leaps. That's crazy. That BA is just getting destroyed. We are in a current weekly demand. Let's see how, there's that pop out of it. So decent pop out of that weekly. 6% move, but we are consolidating it. We already hit it, so not the greatest weekly. Let's kind of see recent price action. 3-day, 2-day, daily. Watch that daily up here. We do have a gap to the upside. Some other stocks. Let's look at Goldman Sachs, because Goldman Sachs, with FOMC, you definitely want to start looking at banks. Where's our monthly? Weekly. I kind of like this weekly. It was a strong move out of this weekly. 3-day, 2-day. So yeah, 3-day was a nice bounce. That drop. Oh, I don't like that. I do not like that demand. 2-day, daily. So that daily down here was the bounce. So you had a daily red candle and then a gap up there. You could tell, look, we came back and touched it, and let's see how strong we moved out of it. So first time we touched it, huge strong move out. So second touch there to the upside. That's crazy. To the upside, probably look at that gap down. A lot of stocks gap down in there, right there. So kind of in between here, if banks want to push at FOMC, we could definitely see 325 and then a rejection. Let's look at shop. I charted this for my buddy. I was like, dude, grab puts when we hit 407. Look at that drop. But monthly, weekly, daily, or 3-day, 2-day. So, there's that 2-day. Nice bounce from that. Already been hit though. But definitely watch here. And then this. That supply is definitely keeping it down. We hit once, twice already. And then we do have a gap up above. Right there. That's pretty much all the charts I really want to show. Well, let's show snow because I like playing snow. Snow's just been destroyed. I think Fib was. Okay. Monthly, nothing looking good. Weekly, weekly's already been tested. This thing was perfect right here on that weekly. Huge push down. We're able to come back up. If you go look at that strong push down. As soon as we touched that, we continued to fall. That thing was beautiful. So take this one away. 3-day. I'm looking at that one candle. 3-day, 2-day, daily right here. So snow does want to recover. We should possibly see 178. if it wants to hold or make, those all-time lows. But like I said, that's gonna be it. Like I do every video, guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe. All it takes is one little click. Definitely help me grow this channel. I put out 4 videos. It's gonna be 5 videos this weekend. Um, that's the goal every weekend. Is just put out content. I have a huge list of videos I want to make, and just keep making these videos. Definitely will be on live again. The lives will go away soon. They'll just be for my mentorship group. I am running a sale on my mentorship group. Definitely check out my Twitter for that mention. But we do have a sale on it right now. Killer way to if you want to learn everything I'm doing on my mentorship. I'm here for them. Like any question they need or want answered, I'm there for them. But y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and let's get back to killing it this week. Definitely gonna be a fun one.